Hey friends, it's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome. So today I am sharing with you this adorable little turkey veggie tray. If you guys are looking for a appetizer for Thanksgiving or just want to put out a little vegetable tray, this, I'm telling you friends, is just so adorable, very easy to make, and all your guests will be just wowed by it. It is just so adorable. And the kids, this might be the perfect way to get those kids to be eating those veggies, because I'm telling you, it's adorable. So let me quickly go over all the ingredients for it. Like I said, it's very simple and easy, and you probably have most of this stuff on hand to start with. So first of all, we want to start with a round platter, and then I just have a clear bowl. We're going to be putting some dip into this, so I have that, and you just kind of want to judge based on the size of your pan. And this, you don't want to go too small, because then it'll be out of scale. This actually could have been a little bit bigger than what I have, but this was the only size I had, so I'm running with that, but it's still going to turn out cute. And then we're just going to use some veggies, and the veggies that I have a bag of baby carrots, I have a bag of sugar snap peas, I have 3 green peppers. I'm probably only going to use 2 of these, I think, but I have 3 just in case I do need more. I'm going to be doing some grilled veggies for dinner tonight, so I'll probably end up using that for that, but for now I'm probably only going to use 2. And then I have 1 of each. I have, see if you can see the colors, the yellow, orange, and red pepper. And you don't have to, like I said, it depends on the size of your tray, but the one thing I do want to mention, you definitely want to go with the red pepper, because we're going to be using the top of this, so make sure you do get the red pepper of any of the colors. I also have 2 cucumbers. I was looking to get the English cucumbers because they're long and thin. They did not have any, but they did have these cucumbers, which look almost like English cucumbers. So I went ahead with that and picked those up, because like I said, I wanted them to be a little bit smaller. I didn't want them to be really large. And then I have some celery. And then I picked up some ranch dip. I wanted the vegetable dip, and believe it or not, they were sold out. So I went ahead and went with the ranch dip. And then this here is the last thing, and you guys are probably thinking, what in the world is she thinking? This I picked up in the cookie or cake decorating aisle for Christmas. It's a little packet for a reindeer face, but what I really wanted was just the eyes. I think these were like $1.43. You see that? There we go. So I just wanted the little eyes on that, and I know you're thinking, what? But you'll see, I promise. All right, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get all these veggies washed up. Then we're going to go ahead and chop them up. I'm going to show you how to slice these up, and then we're going to go ahead and put the tray together. So let's turn the camera on and get started. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and start with my red pepper. So I'm just going to cut off the top here like this. Like I said, I am going to be using this part, and you're going to see why. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the center of this here. Try not to get the seeds on my cutting board. Let's see if it just pops out on me. Okay, so I cut out the center here like that, took the seeds off the back. So we're going to be using this, so we're going to put that aside for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the center of this, get all those seeds out. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and just slice this up. I'm just going to slice it down the middle like that. And I'm just going to, do the slices like you would for a regular veggie tray. You can make them as thin or as thick as you like. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up the rest of my peppers here, and then I'm going to move over to the, oh my goodness, look at the inside of that. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Oh, wow. So cool. Yeah, sorry, got sidetracked. I'll go ahead and cut up the rest of my peppers here, and then we'll cut up the celery and the cucumbers, and then we can do the fun part where we're assembling the tray. So let's go ahead and just get all this chopped up now. Alright, my friends, so I'm going to go ahead now and slice up my celery. And what I'm going to do is just cut the ends off real quick. Do that in all of them. I have 4 stalks here, and I think that's going to be plenty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut them probably in half. We're going to do it in half. And then I'm going to go ahead and slice them in thirds, like that. Okay? So I want them nice and long to be like the feathers, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the stalks. We're going to do in 3s. I think this is plenty big. Now obviously if your stalks are a little bit, now like here I kind of went a little thin there. So I'm going to cut this one again just because I didn't do a very good job on cutting that. And then if your celery is not quite as thick as mine, then by all means go ahead and just do in half. But here I'm able to get 3 out at least. Alright, so now I have all my celery cut up. Show that to you real quick. Can you see that? Are you envisioning? And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and slice up the cucumbers. So I'm going to cut the ends off of that. Then I'm going to go ahead and you want them just thick enough that you can pick up some dip with it. So you don't want them overly thin, but you don't want them real thick either. I would say this is probably about a good size, but you can go thicker if you want. But the key here, honestly, is to make sure that the cucumber is not huge. You kind of want to go with an English cucumber. These just happen to be a lot smaller than normal, so I just went with them. There we go. Alrighty, my friends, so let me get all this situated, clean up my little mess over here, and then we're going to put the tray together. I am so excited. I think you're going to love it. Alright, my friends, so we're going to go ahead and start putting our tray together. So I'm hoping this light is not going to mess us up. I know it's a little difficult with the lighting in here. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my bowl down at the bottom. This is going to be our face, by the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and take our celery, and I'm going to start placing the celery around the edges, and I'm not going to worry too much about the size here because that will get filled in. So I am bringing it off of the tray a little bit. And we're just going to go ahead and move around the tray like this. Over there. like I said, we're coming off the side of the tray a little bit. And I kind of like pointing it up a little bit, if you can see that. I don't think I am as much there. I'll come back and get that. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to bring in my green pepper. And I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of fill in those gaps. Now I missed there, but I'll come back and work on that. All right, my friends, my camera memory got full, so I needed to quickly delete some stuff. So let me get back to where I was. So I am just going ahead and filling in some of this little space here with some of the green pepper. I like the contrast, the darker pepper with the celery. Okay, just throwing that in there like that. Just quickly do that. Okay, so you see how I filled that in? A little bit of a gap here, so we're going to just move this over a tiny bit like that. Okay, just go ahead and fill in some green here, like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and take our red pepper, and what I'm going to do is put that in, and I'm just going to spread it out a little bit like that. Just like that. See that? Can you see that coming together? All right, now I'm going to go ahead and open up my little bag of carrots. And we're just going to go ahead and start placing our carrots. And if they have like a little pointy side, I'm putting the pointy side up. Not all of them do have that. And then I'm just filling in right here like this with the carrots. This looks like a good one. Actually, we want to save like a nice good size one, and I'll show you why, and keep that off to the side. All right, you see how that filled in nicely and kind of covered all those little edges. Okay, I'm going to fill in just a tiny bit more right up here. I don't like that one. Like that. There we go. You kind of see how it stacked a little bit more. just has a, these are kind of wet too. So, like that. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take my cucumbers and we're just going to go ahead and tuck those in right there like that. Just like that. Scoot our tray down just a little bit. If you saw in the beginning, I left a little bit of a gap there for this very reason, and I was able to slide it down just a tad bit, just like that. To finish it off with like a little layer coming around. Tuck that in there like that. Right. That. And like that. Tuck that in there. Just having it come out a little bit now. Kind of giving it like a little feathered look, if you can kind of see how that's playing out a little. There we go, just like that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. Oh, wait a minute, sorry, forgot my snap peas. Oops, not quite done. It's not finished quite yet. So what I want to do is just take my peas like this and tuck them in, and I want them to face down. Just like that. Oops, it's a little hard. My carrots need to come down just a tiny bit. There we go. So we're just tucking those in like that. Just like that. Some big ones, we're just tucking those right in there. And like I said, we're curling them down to give like a feathered effect. Just like that. You see that? I hope you guys can see how I'm doing that. It's a little hard doing this upside down. I'm gonna go ahead and start tucking. Oh, this is a nice big one here. Actually, I think I'm gonna put him down there. I think it's probably, it might be easier working from the bottom coming up actually. As you can see, I'm turning it down. It's like just rolling off my carrots. There we go. Just like that. Put that in there. Can you see how it kind of gives it that feathered feel? Does that make sense? There we go. That. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting this with my shirt. Just put some right around the top like that. We're just layering it on top of each other like that. Oops, that's too small. Like that. Just like that. I'm gonna find the right size one to fit right in there. Might be it right there, just like that. Can you see that, my friends? I hope you guys can see that. Okay. We're just gonna finish off down here. That's a little big. We're gonna put the bigger one here and then just fill in a little bit like that right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this off to the side. All right, my friends, so remember the little topper that we had, and I cut the center out. This is a little bit bigger than what I was hoping to cut out, but I think we will be fine. So basically this we're going to be using as our head, and we're going to want to make a little mouth. So you want to get the fattest carrots that you can because it'll fit in here nicely. I'll show you a little trick how I'm going to cover up that once we put it all together. So I have myself a piece of little fat carrot, and what I'm going to do is cut down the center, but like on an angle, not quite the center, just down on an angle. You guys can see that. And then I'm going to come back in on another angle and cut down. So I'm cutting a slice out like that. Can you see that? So it looks like a beak is opened. So we now have our beak, we have our face. Now we want to take this carrot here and we want to slice it in half. Nice and even, just like that. Okay, so we have two pieces there like that, and this is going to be our legs. And then what we want to do is just do a little triangle like that. And then we're going to go ahead and pop that out. And you see that little triangle? Then we're going to make another little triangle and cut that out. Okay, it's not coming out as easy. Help if I had my glasses on, wouldn't it? There we go. I think I got it that time. Okay, can you see that? Is that adorable or what? So we're going to do that on both sides of the carrots, or both of the carrots I should say, at the bottom there. Out. Take that out like that. We have our little feet, and then I'm going to cut off a little bit of the side, and then I'm going to angle it off on it like that. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to cut, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting down the side and thinning it out, and I'm stopping right about here above the foot. Okay, so we're going to take that off. So as you can see, cut down like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and angle it out, and that's going to give me that little foot look. Can you see that? You see the little foot? So that's how we're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and cut off. We're making the leg, and then we're just going to angle it, cut that out like that. Go down on this side, and we're going to do the same thing. Just be careful you don't cut your fingers. So now I have my two little legs. All right, so we're going to put all this to the side, and then we're going to go ahead, bring our tray back over. Do this without spilling it, and so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and open up my dip. All right, my friends, so now we're just going to go ahead, put our dip right here in the bowl, just like that. Just be careful. You can do this ahead of time, but you want to try to keep this in the fridge, though, honestly, and not sit out on the counter until you're done. I just tasted this. I've never had this one before, the ranch. I believe it's the food, or not Food Line, Walmart brand. I tasted it when I got it on my finger when I took the lid off, and it was really good. I was surprised how flavorful it was. So we're putting that in the bowl like that, and we're just going to smooth it out so we have like a nice flat surface. Can you all see that? I hope you are able to see it. Like I said, this is very easy. So daggone cute. Okay, so now we have that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my top of my pepper. And like I said, my hole's a little bit bigger than I would like. And normally I can just fill that in with a carrot, but I did not have, my carrots were very, very small for some reason in this bag. So I'm a little disappointed that I don't have a thicker carrot that I can use to fill that in. So I am just using one of the peppers, and I'm just going to cut it a little bit just to kind of fill in the back so you don't see so much of the white. So I'm just kind of putting it in there like that. So we're going to go ahead and put this in like that. There we go, just like that. And so I'm just gonna use that to fill it in like that. As you can see, my shirt keeps pushing all this down. And you guys see that now? Is that adorable? Can you see it coming together? And now we're gonna go ahead and take our little feet. We're gonna put those right on the edge like that. And now do you guys know where those little eyeballs are coming into play? All right, so now this is where I'm gonna use my little eyeballs. So I'm gonna take 2 of them out. Actually, I ended up with 3. We're just going to put those right. It's so hard doing this upside down. I'm gonna use, actually I'm gonna try to use a little bit of, I got a little bit of, use a little bit of salad dip to kind of put that on there like that. And there we go, friends. Is that adorable or what? Is that so cute? Look at that. It's adorable. I love it so much. It turned out so cute. All right, my friends, now that I turned it around and kind of have a look at it, I decided to take a little bit of that carrot that I trimmed off on the end, and I'm just tucking that in right there at the top. So cute. A little bit of the green pepper or yellow pepper in there. Oh my gosh, I'm going to slice that. I have a little bit of the orange pepper left. I'm going to slice that up. Oh my goodness, that's hard. Like that. We're going to tuck that in there like that. So daggone cute. It looks more like an angry bird. My little nose thing is so big. I think that's kind of what's throwing it off. Look at that, friends. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is that? I think your guests are going to love that. All right, my friends, that'll do it for today's video. I do want to make a correction as I was trying to figure out why my little face was not working, why that hole was so big. The light bulb went off. I cut the top off of the pepper. I should have cut the bottom off of the red pepper. So when you're looking for a red pepper, you want to look for one that has 3 bumps on the bottom, not 4. You want one that has 3. You want to slice this part off, and then the nose will go right in there. I just am so used to slicing the top off when I start making stir fry or stuffed peppers or whatever, that I just was not thinking it through and automatically sliced the top off. So that's why my face didn't turn out quite as well as I had hoped. You want to slice the bottom off. So remember that little tip, and I'll make the correction when I'm going through, when I go back to edit. I'll put something up on the screen just to remind everybody to do that. So that's why that face wasn't as perfect as I would have liked. But anyway, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, as it does greatly help me out. And don't forget to hit that little bell, because it will notify you every time I have a new video coming out. And don't forget to go ahead and follow me over on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Pinterest. I am very active over on Facebook and Instagram mostly. and it's all under Mama Needs a Goal. So friends, I hope that you all have a very safe and happy and enjoyable Thanksgiving with your family and friends. If you are traveling, please be extra careful and safe out on the roads. And friends, if you have a friend or a family member that is alone this season, please make sure that you reach out to them just to say hello, take them over a plate of food, or visit them in the next day or two or the day before the holidays. They're just looking for some company and just to sit, chit chat, and enjoy them. So friends, don't forget to be thankful for what we have, and I'll see you next time. Bye.